up, everyone?
Hey guys.
We'll do it live.
Hey girls.
I will say, unlike certain news anchors who won't do it live, which is very interesting, all at the same time. Anyway,
You'll miss him. You'll miss him.
That's right.
Wait,
it's the prime time.
Talk about Don Lemon or Tucker Carlson, or both.
James, that's the question. Isn't that really the question?
You'll miss both of them equally.
Anyway, on this episode of Skeptic and Ranting, we are responding to the claim, is atheism a religion? So won't you join James W. and myself, Amy Newman, for a good time worth leaving our religion? Woo-hoo.
Losing my way.
That's right. What is up, misfits? Welcome to this episode of Skeptic and Ranting. Is atheism a religion? I do want to thank all of you out there for joining us on the intertubes. Oh my, James. I can't put this up too high because, you know, if it's like this, it starts to trigger them.
That would be considered carrying a deadly weapon in 13 states.
Apparently, James, gender affirming care. It's basically Gitmo
terrorism,
waterboarding.
Terrorism,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, basically.
Basically the same thing. Ugh. James, we have
somebody
hard problems.
I saw something about someone wants to. Oh, they're going to classify drag shows as like adult content, like not suitable for the public. But I mean, what are they going to do? Have pastors go around and inspect the genitals of the people wearing women's clothes to see what's really going on under there? Is Ted Haggard going to be inspecting the genitals here?
Ted Haggard has been doing that for years.
I mean,
but that's a special case.
Okay, Ted. You check under their skirts and see what's going on. You tell us if what's going on under there.
Indeed. Though they're probably not going to put any parental guides on church, are they? They're probably not going to put any warning labels on any pastors, priests, or imams trying to tell children that they are going to burn forever.
Oh, if they can't believe a certain thing with no evidence, they just have to believe it, or else, or like a Bible that says. You should beat your child with a rod if they look into the wrong way.
That's true.
And don't worry. It says right here they won't die. If you beat your child, they won't die, except when they do. But yeah.
Well,
when they
do
actually die.
Those are just the small cases. We let God
collateral damage. Collateral damage. Yeah, God will sort them out.
Yeah. Not to mention circumcision. I mean, that's a totally...
Well, look, I mean, the Mohammedans, they mutilate female genitals, but I mean, the good Judeo-Christian God, their version of it, he only mutilates the little boys' genitals. So that's
true. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it, he's being modern.
Ted Haggard, he's fine with his guys cut. He doesn't mind that. I mean, so that's not a big deal for Ted.
We find that out every day at communion. But it just seems like they don't really give about kids. I don't know. It's this little feeling that I get. I don't know whether it's I guess we can keep on going down the line, whether it's the Catholic institution, whether it's Muhammad and his favorite wife. It just seems like I just can't help but think that the religious don't give up about kids, James.
Well, I mean, remember, it wasn't, you don't have to go back maybe a few years when they were saying that, well, I mean, if we allow gay marriage, then next thing you know, people will be marrying 5-year-olds. No, nobody's advocating for that. It didn't happen. Okay, thank you. Move on. Didn't happen. So now we've moved the ball down the court a little bit, and now we can't allow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're coming for the kids, Amy. You trannies, you're coming for the kids. It's that's all you guys are thinking about.
And what I can't help but see is like the most Karen-esque problems. Like, if your issues in life, if you go to bed tossing and turning, and you're just like, transgender sports, please wake up, kiss your significant other, go look outside, and say, "Holy hell, do I have a good life?" Because you do not have problems.
When I looked on the nickel the other day, it wasn't Thomas Jefferson. It was Leah Thomas Jefferson.
That's right.
You guys are coming for our money next.
James,
you're coming for the money. First it was sports. Now you're coming for my money.
Ever since she came, there hasn't actually been biological women in sports. They have since all disappeared.
Why would they compete? Why would they compete? Why would they bother?
No longer. Yep, exactly.
Why would they even show up? Because she could be at every swim match almost simultaneously. So she can, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it's why you see dozens and dozens and dozens. And honestly, if you don't want to put maybe money into education, if you don't want to, I don't know, give money towards programs that would help single mothers or even poor families, once again, maybe you just don't give up about kids.
Pull themselves up by their bootstraps, I think. That's the motto, right? Say the people who have trust funds and went to, prep schools and Ivy League colleges, and yeah.
And once again, if you could afford it, great. I'm not trying to say don't send your kid there, but it just seems weird to, I don't know. It seems like the focus of where you can actually help people, the same as with charities, to when you look into these religious institutions where they end up giving this amount of money and they end up taking this amount of money. But yes, that brings us, I guess, into religion, which is kind of the focus, which is atheism or religion. I guess we'll get into it. Yes,
not at all.
James beat me to it. No.
I stole your thunder there. I couldn't help it. Yes,
that's why you don't preamble. And you hear people argue on talk shows all the time. They're like, I wasn't preambling. And it's generally after like a 5-minute preamble. But yes, sending love out there. We are doing this live. In fact, if you like out there, it goes up into the algorithm. And then you follow, subscribe. Holy moly, we get to say hi to you. Like, what is up, everybody? Like Goth and Beamsy and Alvarado, Zocalox and Pragmatic. And Weasley, what is up? Also, Beamsy, that is 8th. Yeah, I've been thanking Beamsy so much that he was like, what the fuck is with the... That's right, we're sending... It was... I really take homage to all of our followers all there, down there. You can see them, as well as our subscribers, our Patreons, all the lovely people. Jordan Allen, what is up?
Yeah, pragmatic. I think the LDS Church is like even worse than the Catholics in terms of money, and they're brand new compared to the Catholic Church. They're already amassing massive amounts of money.
James, can I just say a single slogan? Profits make profits. Consistently. If you want to bring it in, L. Ron Hubbard said it the best. Go make a religion.
That's right, Slicey. No Kimball tonight, so you're good with us. Yeah.
I need to go on Kimball. I saw
You've seen a few of the videos now.
I saw Slicey. I saw Slicey. You giving me love on, I think, a Kimball stream on there, and I want to send so much love to you.
Yeah, with modern day debate.
James,
there's also another.
Like, what the? But I love sending love to James.
Another
Coons,
user
brother from another
who comes into the Kimball stream now. Modern gay debate, believe it or not, there is a modern gay debate on the Kimball.
Right here?
On the Kimball stream.
Oh, okay, got you.
No, on the Kimball
Slightly
stream.
Different.
Yeah. Modern gay debate. Yeah. Interacting with James Coons.
What's up, Command Jelly? What's up, Alvaro? And what's up, everyone? We'll give out our shout outs in a second. What's up, Lowkeefer? But we're really talking about, is atheism a religion? We get this a lot because what happens is it becomes an insult. Religion becomes just like when they say a fairy tale, a pejorative, because we generally think that their views are actual fairy tales. Myth. They are. To actually say their religion is a religion is a tautology. This is where we've come to, James. Yes. And what is up, Praise? Big Band Mama? What is up, Big Band Mama?
Ken Hoven's biggest fan.
I know. Sending love to also AJ and Big Band Mama both going after Kent Hoven. More than Kent Hoven could go after Kent Hoven now. Sending love to a bunch of YouTubers, James. There have just been... We just got to send farewell to him. I have at least another week of saying farewell to Khalil. I guess Justin Downing. That's what it says. I don't know if he officially got changed in time.
I guess he officially changed it.
I go back and forth on how I feel on that. Oz made a really good case on why you should call him Justin, in that did he change his name to shed all of the bullshit that he was trying to disassociate himself from? I don't know.
Well, that's his legal name. I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Indeed. Do you believe in any God? I do not. Only the God that Beamsy tells me I believe in, which is the God of dad ass. Which is... You'd have to speak to Rachel on that. But what we're talking about, is atheism a religion? I mean, I guess I will put the, what is the expression? The elephant in the room. Brett Keene, I'm making this video because of you. Hi, Brett.
Oh, boy. Hi, Brett.
I consistently, for a long time, I have tried to reach out to Brett because I will say the same thing that I told James behind stage, and for the most part, I am exactly the same. And so you're just going to get me, which is I felt that there was a sadness in his voice when he spoke about his interactions with other theists. It just seemed like no one got him, and he didn't his monotheistic position
I
did
can't
not
imagine that.
look, the theists are, as much as they try and say that they grill themselves as politically incorrect, let me tell you, if the Bud Light fiasco has shown us anything, it's they are as PC as anybody else. They absolutely want to cancel people. And I could not wrap my head for the life around me of, like, I'll quote Jim Norton, paraphrasing. I'm so torn because I love transgenders and I hate influencers. I don't get it. Like, we've been putting people like this on cans, and people like, and other things that aren't sports that have nothing. They just do random shit, and we just put them on there. I really don't get it, other than I understand celebrity culture, and it just seems hypocritical to be like, this one T-girl, Dylan Mulvaney.
Amy, that's somebody with a girl dick. You don't understand. This is a girl with a I mean, and you're putting her on a beer can?
But James, how is it not
how horrible?
How is it not woman face? This is the new argument I get, is that showing this transgender woman is exactly the same as if we took coal and spread it around our face and acted dumb and pretended like we were a minority. It's basically the same thing, James. Isn't it?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys can change your biological sex just because you want to be a different sex. Why can't I paint my skin a different color and pretend I'm another race? It's kind of the same thing, right?
Basically the same thing.
Not at all. Not at all. No.
Well, first of all, sex is real. This is something I've been trying to communicate to my fundamentalist Christian friends who try to use this as a gotcha when they try to...
No. You said your chromosomes changed. You said you now have 2 X chromosomes. You said, or no, X and a Y. You said you have an X. No, wait, which is it? You said you have the woman chromosomes. That's it.
Very specifically, as soon as I put on different clothes, my chromosomes changed. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's what you've been telling people. You've been telling people that the whole time, right?
Yes. And no, once again, why am I talking so much about this subject? Because I feel like even I'm talking a lot, and probably going to continue to talk a lot about being transgender for this podcast for
that's right,
more than we normally do. Sex realist.
Hey Shane, good to see Shane out there. We got Shane.
That's right. Sending love to Rubiks and Davegar and Shane and Slicey and Beamsy and everybody out there that's hanging with us, and Goth. And this is a complex subject, because as I have slowly listened to Brett, he went from this atheist to, well, I didn't know him as an atheist. I met him as this suffering monotheist Christian. And then he did not get receptive well, and he disappeared. He fought and he disappeared.
He's done it a few times.
He came back and gonna get tough love. I mean, if I had to do a Game of Thrones Reek impersonation for Master, there was Kent Hoven that you kind of attached yourself onto. The worst person to attach yourself onto.
He did now come out and say that he was an atheist until he came across Ken Hoven's videos, and that those videos were so powerful that they convinced him of Christianity. It was Ken Hoven's videos. He said that numerous times, that it was Ken Hoven's videos that converted him from atheism to Christianity. That hard-hitting science, Amy. That hard-hitting science.
Exactly. The very hard-hitting science. So hard that he...
Ken Hoven. Dr. Ken Hoven, the scientist.
Give me the news. I got a hard time of going to an accredited school.
Oh, Emily out there on Facebook.
What's up,
yeah, Ken Hoven is a joke.
Indeed.
He is a joke.
Indeed.
But it hits every time, so we can't help
on the Patreon. Oh, I might have done it all. I will make sure.
She's always updating that.
I feel like I copied and pasted also the wrong, because I do, as most programmers should. I copy and paste my old stuff, but I think I picked the wrong episode. But so I'll make sure. But yes, Kent. Not only
you might have written better in 6th grade, Emily, than his dissertation.
But not only did he seem to attach himself to this, and Kent seems to get his slides from 1970 and mostly be a snake oil salesman, like the atypical, sly huckstery. He listened to his ex-wives. I mean, Jesus. Many a gravity experiment. That's the one place that he did get a jury of his peers, was when he tested to see if his ex-wives could hit the floor. A wonderful scientist. And so it took a while, but eventually he seemed to have gotten pried away from this cult member's hands. And why did he get pried away? Well, Brett said that one of the things that made him turned off to religion in the first place was the Westboro Baptist Church. Just the absolute disgusting, going up and picketing the funerals of soldiers and just absolute horrible things. And also pushing for the execution of homosexuals and people like myself. Objective morality, God style. But it turns out that Kent, SpongeBob, 1970s PowerPoint presentations himself, also had this view. Matt Bao Boy Toy, both of them had these views. And they just kept this under wraps. And so, lo and behold, he seemed to go away from that. And also he bought subscribers. It turned out that is Buttercup.
Buttercup. Oh, hi, Buttercup.
Say hi. And it turns out that it was once again, James, I feel very honorable. The pipeline always goes down through comedians. It was Brett. I feel like we were also an early one. We did a video where we just did a comparison to his and Aaron Ra's channel, and they have compared. At the time they had a comparable amount of subscribers, and he had like a 100th percent of the views and the likes and the all of the stuff. And just so happened,
we're talking like 200 likes to like 5,000 likes. It's like not even
If you see it in isolation, you would never think anything of it. You would just say, "Oh, 200, whatever." But if you put them side by side, and these are two all comparable content creators, yeah. And so Brett decided that it wasn't for him, and he changed the name of his show. It was no longer God TV Radio. It was now the Brett Keane Show. And I will not lie. I will not lie. I did feel a little bit better because I feel that this is a war of religion versus non-religion. I didn't think he was an atheist, but I thought after going through all of this shit, after like seeing all of these hucksters, after like how many straws, James? How many fucking straws does someone have to put on your back, and do I have to try to help sweep away before?
And I do have to jump in and remind you people, remind our loyal viewers of something that happened when back when he was still a Christian. Amy, we had reached out to him and interacted with him, and he would invite atheists onto his show. So he was trying to set up a show with Amy, and they had a few messages back and forth about maybe setting some up, and he disappears for like 9 months, 10 months. He just poof, gone, vanishes. Didn't hear from him. Didn't hear from anything. And he does this every few years or so. So nobody's used to it. And then he comes back and he's all like, "Oh, I disappeared," and nobody even like reached out to try to see how I was doing. Everybody, you guys don't like me. You don't love me. You guys are fake friends, and nobody really cares about me. But he came back as a Christian, and he's a good Christian again, because they just eat up that coming back to Jesus story, that prodigal son thing. They eat that up, and then he sends Amy a message like, "Hey, Amy, remember we were talking before about that? It's you still interested in that? You want to come on the show?" And Amy's like, "Yeah, let me see what I got available in the next week or so. How's that sound?" And he responds, he's just like, What in the next week or so? Like, you've been blowing me off about this for so long. You're fake. You're not a nice person. You don't care about me. You never reached out for me. Screw you. I never want to talk to you again." It's like out of nowhere. And Amy's bent over backwards to be nice to this guy. Like, I'll say it. I think a lot of people don't accept evolution because they just don't want to. Like, they're capable of understanding it. They just choose not to. Brett Keane, he may not be capable of understanding evolution. He just might not be. He might not have the intellectual toolkit to actually understand it. Okay, I know, but she would never like insult him like that or whatever.
I'm still trying not to.
She's always been nice to the guy. Yeah. You're all walking on eggshells, trying to be as nice as you can to the guy, and that's fine. That's you. That's who you are. You're a very
which is what gets me to the crux. Like,
of all people to lash out at, the one who's bent over backwards to try to be nice to him and work with him and try to understand where he's coming from and not be judgmental, and she's the one he turns on and insults and gets all saucy with. And then he came on like a week later, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been that way." And Amy's like, fine, whatever. I forgive you. I accept your apology. we'll if you still want me to come on the show, we'll talk about that. Maybe we can still do that. That's fine. Yeah. Anyway,
No,
this was like
I
3 or
completely
4 months
forgot
ago,
about
maybe.
that. And that's right. I remember that he disappeared. He got angry at me, and then he came back and asked where I was, and it was like, here, not moving. Where were you?
We've been here, Brett. We don't disappear every year. We don't just disappear for 9 months and then wonder where
But
everybody's
this
at.
is where my crux is. He now has a new thing. He is now the anti-tranny channel. Like, if you just do a Control F on his channel, it's just, if you do transgender, it's like a half dozen things. If you do LGBTQ, it's another half dozen things. He now has found a new audience. He has let go of religion, and apparently he is going full swoop into anti-transgender, which to me is like a phase thing. I think it's a silly thing to do. I have listened to Heritage Foundation people who have said, like, we couldn't get shit to stick. So this is the one thing that we've found recently that has been a decent wedge issue. But let me tell you,
nobody cares about the gays anymore. Nobody cares. It is what, yeah.
Exactly.
No,
and
it
so
it doesn't get people riled up anymore. They see 2 guys or 2 girls holding hands in the park. It doesn't bother them anymore. What are we going to do now?
But you understand, Christ brings a sword. That is a fallacy. Like, what you're saying in there is like the 42% thing that I hear. It's 42% attempts, which means we're not killing ourselves. We're trying to we're reaching painful lives and reaching out hopefully for help, and hopefully people are getting to us. And once again, in this country, in the United States, with a 50% male and female, males are 70% of the suicides. So I always find this funny. This is how this always goes. A man always goes, a biological man says something mean about suicide, about being trans. I point out that it has nothing to do with being trans, and that you are actually who you should be making fun of and are the most vulnerable group to suicide. Now, I have an option now. I could be mean.
White men, yeah,
but
they're killing themselves in droves.
Exactly. And yet I don't want to be mean. I want to be. Genocide is different from suicide. Yes, the genocide is in your mind, unless, like, nature doesn't. We're not going anywhere. People who have been in between or transgender, wherever labels you want to call, we've been around.
You can't handle the truth.
I'm sending love. I saw comments out there. Yes, not only am I a goddess, you all are goddesses.
Does someone want to tell him that that's not a sword in Christ's hand? Yeah. Do you want to tell him? Somebody want to tell him that's not a sword? No.
I like. Who's going to do the genociding? Is it going to be the Christians? Is this the Christian love that you're bringing to us? Because it sounds about what we'd expect. No, there will be no more trans people. It'll just stop.
Yeah, it's just gonna stop. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and that's their fantasy, Amy. That is their thing. That is their fantasy. That if we just toughen up these kids, Amy, and we just if
you got a fan out there.
Yeah, if your child tells you they have gender issues, you just kick them in the butt. You tell them, you never tell me about that shit again. I never want to hear that. You're a boy or you're a girl, and that's it. If we just did that for a generation, like we used to do, then it would just go away, right? It'll just go away. Everybody will be fine.
They look at me and they're like, why don't you just be a man? And, like, no offense, and I mean this, okay? As someone from Philly, okay, I got more balls than half of the people that tell me to man up, okay? Now, I feel this way about many women out there. The guys that tell me this are almost always like bitches. I mean that in the nicest way possible. Like they say mean things, but mean things isn't actually being like
Ballsy.
yeah, you're
A passive aggressiveness to them, like
not having strength.
Yeah.
Take away women's rights and you won't have a problem with trans people. Yo, there is no way that dude does not have a femdom fantasy. No way. Okay? That guy likes a woman in black leather to push him down into a couch. I'm just putting that down.
Make him eat his dinner out of the dog dish, right?
I would bet money on it. Absolute money. What is up? You are Victoria.
I think he wants to know the going rate for being kicked in the balls by a tranny. I don't know.
That would not surprise me either. Bet me.
You can message her about that on Discord, and you can negotiate something with her on that. I don't know.
He's like, bet me. Call me something naughty. Tell me. What are we talking about? Atheism is a religion. Again, no. We're kind of just doing our log form.
He wants to know if there's room down there with Gavin and Iron.
Yes, there is. You just got to take that belt off. You hand me that belt. I'll take care of it.
Yeah. It also works as a leash, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Randolph comes in as a voice.
That's right. Sending love to Randolph Richardson. No, atheism is not a religion. You can find that out at our fantastic theism helpline. Come talk to us.
Thanks, DC.
Foul words for sword gown, but I doubt it would make any difference in their sad little life. Indeed.
And the sad life of people, like, you have to imagine, like, what goes through these people's minds, like, when they wake up, they get up out of bed in the morning and they go to the bathroom, they brush their teeth, they pee, and then the first thing they think about is how much they hate trannies. Like, these fucking trannies, oh my god, they're out there. They're out there. There's trannies out there right now dressing up as women, Amy. You're doing it.
But that's what I mean. If that is your actual main problem in life, you don't have problems.
It's the biggest.
Not taxes, not pollution, not world hunger, not your family's hunger.
Calling on the phone.
Not debt collector. Like, jeez.
Yeah. No health crisis. Like you don't have any medical issues to deal with. Your kids are all fine. Stable marriage, relationship wise, everything's good. It's just these fucking trannies.
But this is, and we'll keep on tying it in, because if you're looking at the title and you're wondering why is atheism a religion the title, and I'm talking so much about being trans, it's because for whatever reason the subject is tied into it, because we are at this point where I was so happy. I really am. It killed me when Justin became Khalil, because it feels like they're being pulled into a cult. It made me feel better when Brett left fundamentalism. I don't know if he actually left religion, and yet this to me is like a stab in the metaphorical heart, because we are atheists, blah 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 blah. But it does suck. It does feel like, what the hell? I do not know.
We don't want a secular version of Westboro Baptist Church. That would not be good.
No.
A secularized version of it. And it's like, yeah, most people, it's like once you give up the religious aspect of it, it's like the other issues of it, it just doesn't seem like that big of a deal anymore. Why does it matter so much to you? Once you get past the religious aspect of it, like, well, you could say the religious say, look, I don't know, it's up to God, he doesn't like it, so he's in charge, therefore it's bad, I don't know what to tell you. But if you say, no, it's not just about God. It's that you guys fucking are degenerates and reprobates. You guys are horrible people. It's yeah.
Yeah. What's up, KCA? Another thing I have to point out, and this is where it all I think comes together, that we often get, and I hear this from him, is he often quotes Jeffrey Dahmer saying that he did the things he did because of atheism. And this is a quote supposedly after he had become a born-again Christian. And so
after
here
watching
he is.
Ken Hovitt's videos.
After that is what Kent claims, right? And so let me tell you, it's not a fun category. I would not want to be in the convinced by Kent category as
There's
these
only
people.
two people we actually know of in that category: Brett Keane and Jeffrey Dahmer, who have came out and said they converted because of his videos.
Okay. Now, he will say that's unfair. I think it's unfair to consistently bring up these people and try to use them as evidence. They are not us. Quote an atheist saying it while they're an atheist.
Yeah, not a former atheist bad-mouthing or talking shit about atheism. Yeah. Then, because I guarantee you in 12 years, there's going to be a Muslim go before the parole board in Ohio and say, listen, when I touched those girls, when I did those things with those underage girls, I was an atheist. I am a Muslim man now. I would never do anything like that because I am accountable to Allah. I pray 5 times a day. I worship Muhammad. I do all these things.
Yo, can I just add?
I am not an atheist like I was when I did those horrible things.
I've just been really thinking about it. All atheists should read the chapter in the Quran called The Moon, because you should just read how underwhelming that chapter is. It is a single line. A single sentence is the miracle. That to me is ridiculous. And it is like, holy moly, we have to now defend this because a dude sometime in ancient history said a single thing, said a line.
I mean, it's almost like, you remember when we were doing our Bible study and we got to Noah's flood and you're like, wait, that's it? It's like 3 paragraphs, like the entire flood. It's like on like 1 page of the Bible. And from that, they get all these kind of crazy theories. They get to justify this. Oh, the Grand Canyon, all the geology and all the bullshit they come up with it. Yeah. 1 page of the Bible. That's it.
Yeah. Because a book said a thing, they basically get to destroy our education system. Woo!
And I will just say, when you're quoting Jeffrey Dahmer to support your position or somebody like that, I mean, if that's the best you could do, because most atheists, I don't know, Amy, most atheists don't kill people. We don't have a compulsion to kill.
Oh, I kill all the people I want every day, which is 0.
And that quote that he had today, it's like, oh, if there's no God to be accountable for, why would you not do whatever you want to do? There's plenty of reasons. Like, I mean, the state of Wisconsin might not have had the balls to kill him for what he did, but somebody did, and he is now dead. Jeffrey Dahmer is dead, in the ground, dead. If he hadn't done that, been sent to prison and killed by the guy, he'd probably be alive today. He'd be older, but he would be alive, most likely, and he could have lived the rest of his life out and found a nice man to be in a relationship with and not killed him. Most people don't like to be sent to prison. So yeah, there are reasons to not do bad things, even if you're not afraid of it.
I literally cannot comprehend the sentence that I am reading in chat. Like, This is what I mean. Like you do this for us. This should be like a billboard for atheism. Okay.
A lucky man. Why? Because he got converted. And you know the funny thing is, like, even after, like, the stories from him, like, even after he got converted, like, he supposedly used to make remarks to, like, the correctional staff about killing them and eating them. Like, this was not like a pious dude.
Hey
either way.
James, you know who wasn't lucky? The people he killed. And you know, they were under God's plan too. They were God's people.
I mean, but Amy, well, I mean, most of those were gay guys. They were gay, so yeah, they were
So
evil
what's the
people.
matter?
You have to remember. Yeah.
Oh
It's
my!
like when some people will say, it's like when they will say ridiculous things, like you've heard, like AIDS cures.
Look at this! Look at
gayness.
this! I literally
Yeah,
cannot comprehend this because like this is why you guys cannot use him. Okay. No,
The people
I'll just let you be a billboard. What
Bring
about the
evidence to
people
that, Christ. You
who
don't have any
follow
evidence
you
to
into
that,
hell?
though.
I hope that if there is a hell, I hope that I'm helping them like get under the limbo stick. Hopefully. You know what I mean?
You can be in heaven with Jeffrey Dahmer. There you go. You and Jeffrey
not in
Dahmer
hell.
can sit there in heaven and have yourself a good old time.
Exactly. You and Jeff can just talk on up. You can
Spend
figure
eternity
out
praising Christ, telling him how great he is, how amazing he is.
trade cooking recipes. You'll have a grand old time.
You can have a contest to see who can praise God the most in like a minute. How many times can you do it? Yeah, but Christ, you don't have any evidence of that. It's just a claim, man. It's just a claim. We got
What's up, Scott?
There. Hey, Bree.
What's up, Bubble Bree? And we're having fun. We'll probably be on for like 15. This is gonna be a shorter version for us because we don't really normally do response videos, but he did tag me and I said that I would do one. And you know, it's a subject that is in our wheelhouse. It still is atheism or religion because
we get it, Christ. Anybody that can be saved, anybody can ask God for forgiveness and be saved. We get it.
Any son of a bitch. Yeah, that's our problem. So that's the difference between your judgment system and ours is that Jeffrey would be rotting in our prison and James would be probably trying to get a good old lethal injection. That's the difference between our legal system and yours. He cannot be saved under ours. For those crimes. Yeah, I'm not trying to save a cannibalistic murderer. I'm trying to remove him from society. Like, your judgment system is going to hell with you.
All you got is claims, though. And here's the thing. You guys have been spouting these claims for thousands of years, and we've never seen any of it. We've never seen any of it happen.
Yeah, that's second coming in a year now. Like, I gave him permission. He can come. Does he need something special? Do we got to go to Pornhub? Do I got to put something up somewhere? I get you.
Jesus is banned on Pornhub.
He probably is.
He's banned.
Nathan is bored from other places.
No patience. No, I mean, we got all the time in the world. I mean,
you have no patience. How many years? Yo, my dude.
Oh, Titan's having a little celebration.
What's up?
Good to
Celebrate Titan your ass. That's right. I said that at the beginning too. It was
I thought she was talking about Don Lemon getting fired.
Oh, I've watched both today, and it was just I was like, All right, cable news is like we are having a re-roll of our dice today. I don't have a lot of love for 24/7. I sometimes watch it.
The 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah, because I understand what it is, which is that their need is to show the worst events at all time, because you can't show
Track viewers.
Puppies are amazing today. And in fact, the later in the night you go, the worse the news has to be. So you start off with like a story about how a fireman, like he broke his rib, but he ended up saving those puppies anyway. And that's your opening story. And then you move into the war in Ukraine because that's a little further away. And then by the end of the night, there's a school shooter, and you basically should probably bring Kevlar everywhere. So I would just suggest turning off your news.
Amy, this is a school shooter dressed as a man, Amy, but they had a vagina. Do you understand that?
Oh my God. Can I also tell you?
Dressed as a man, didn't have a penis. Though.
That's the other thing. And that's the other thing he told me. He's like, so why can't I talk? I mean, why'd you criticize me about talking about trans? I mean, how many episodes have you done about God? A lot. And I'll continue to probably do a lot more because that is our shtick. We are counter apologists. And yet, like, it just seems a little weird to seem to focus on the girl deck all of a sudden. Just seems a little, I don't know, James, like they've ran out of ideas. And it also is fear. Do, because I had never heard of Drag Queen Story Hour.
I was just going to say, did you know that they're busing the drag queens into the schools now?
They're
busing them in.
As someone who has been to a drag show a fucking decade or something ago, at least once in my life, I didn't hear of Drag Queen Story Hour. And James, do you know how much I care about sports? You have no idea. I look at the plays.
You're a huge sports fan.
Oh my God. From day in to day out to other time zones that aren't day or night. Yeah, exactly. 18 hours a day, James. 28 hours a day.
Yes,
exactly. And so,
watching LeBron James quarterback for the New Jersey Devils.
Exactly. And so you can tell why sports was clearly a subject that I picked to talk about day in and day out.
Be the New Jersey Devils, so you can worship them, right?
And the other thing, I once again, just very important things in our lives. As we go closer and closer, I guess we get to the shower in the sports and the bathrooms, which ends us up at potty police. That's right, the sports ball games. Go local team.
Haggard will be checking genitals before you're allowed in the men's room. If you don't have the right equipment, he won't let you in. He will not let you in if you do not have the right equipment.
Exactly. He will basically be, James, that you wouldn't want a girl to do a men's job. That would not be amazing.
Jesse Lee Peterson, yeah. You cannot get into Jesse Lee Peterson's commune there unless you have the right equipment. He will not let you in.
Hefty
right. It's nothing personal. He's just not. He doesn't go that way. He does not want women in there to defile the preaching and the worshiping and the praising that they're doing.
Our ancestors died to play baseball. Do you understand? To throw the pigskin and to shoot the soccer that we don't seem to care about in this country as much as around the world. They died, okay? Probably. Freedom and stuff.
Definitely.
And
Via
so,
Thomas Jefferson.
do you notice that none of this shit is
Father.
actual rights? None of this shit. It's all like stuff you pick after you get home after work. Like, it's like, oh, what do you want to do now that we've paid the bills? Let's talk about sports or wrestling or anything else. And so these are carefully picked things that are, oh, please, James, please, someone, won't you think of the women and children? James, they never think of the women and children. Fuck the men, by the way, which is kind of funny thing coming from that
Jesse
side.
Peterson will do that.
I know, Jesse. Ted Haggard will do that.
He'll fuck the men, but well, I mean, just like imagine like say Amy, say in another world you were a heterosexual man, you had a wife and you have a 4 or 5 year old son, and he's been
Billy.
saying these crazy. He's been saying these crazy things like about gender and like maybe he wants to be a girl, and you take him to the pediatrician and they do some evaluations, and then maybe they bring in a child psychiatrist and talk and see where they're going with that. And in the midst of talking about all that, Brett Keane just barges through the door and say, no,
like
cancel. Oh, go home. No, this is not happening. It's like, what? Who are you? And what do you have to do with my son's health care? I'm Brett Keane. Okay. What exactly do you know about child development, gender, sex? I don't know anything about it. So what exactly are you doing here? I'm Brett Keane. This is bullshit. This can't happen. I'm here to save the kids.
Saving the children.
Sir, go to Wendy's and get yourself a chili and add extra fucking cheese to that. Extra cheese on your chili and get the fuck out of here. You don't know anything about the topic. You don't know anything about anything. You're not a doctor, not an expert.
They are not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a sociologist,
child development specialist,
like you said, a pediatrician. They're not. And once again, as much as I just want to target, I'm sending love to him. I hope he does come around. It's really, this is their new shtick, and so it was gays just a few years ago, and to really bring it all back around, it is religion. This is just all religion. It means that he's not out yet. I saw him talking about it. He said at least Christianity offers a pathway to redemption, something like that.
You just said he's not out yet.
What? Well,
yes, Sinister, because Brett Keane has been he targeted Amy in one of his his
posts. I rarely subscribe to theists unless they are. I subscribe to Will Stewart because I support him. I subscribe to KC. I'm trying to think. There are numerous others I subscribe to, but I recently subscribed to Brett Keane because he went away from fundamentalist religion. I really don't care that he, is a theist. I know we have a Chris Disciple, our amazing Christian that comes on the stream, and it has nothing to do with that. But all of a sudden, he's going from this pro-religion channel to this anti-transgender channel, and I comment on there because I consider him my friend. I just said it out loud. I consider you all my friends. You are my friends. You are my brothers and sisters. I really don't know. I've thought about this because, as you get supporters and fans and all this stuff, you also have to remind ourselves that this is the Skeptic and Ranting community and that we are trying to not replace religion, because then we really would be what the topic is, becoming a religion. But I do think that we as humans need social gatherings. We as humans need causes and reasons to make our life meaningful. And I think there's plenty of reasons to do so. And so it breaks my heart that he's going into that. I'm trying. There was one other thing, you know. Did you have anything you wanted to? I'm trying to think. There was something else. We're probably only going to go on for a little bit longer, and then we'll do
Sinister
our verbal
was asking
shout-outs.
basically like, why pay attention to him when the Republicans who are trying to actively take harmful steps? But
sure.
I mean, you know, it's people like Brett, people who perpetuate this hysteria, these attacks, and this type of rhetoric that fuel people to support and to, you know, call their politicians and demand for some of these harsh anti-trans, these bigoted measures that are repressive and persecute the LGBT
legitimately
community.
Spending love to spooky bed hair. I don't think I said love out to him. I'm a little bit, you know, we need to stay vigilant, because these people are trying to find any weakness that they can in our system.
We have to respond to it, I think.
Yes. At some level, because we have our rights. If you're looking for what the next fight is, it's to keep the rights we have. Because I think they're coming for them. I think they're coming for transgenders in the military and gay marriage and stuff. And once again, I know it feels safe sometimes, and yet they find ways, these religious people, to...
I don't think it's a serious push, though. Like,
I get you.
Well,
we should still...
We have to push back.
They just countered. They just released their first bill that is now putting putting restrictions in for transgender adults.
Yeah.
Just passed
on what
today.
Kind of care they can receive.
And yes, and one of them is autism.
What do you mean?
So if you have autism, they're going to screen you, and you may have a slowdown. They may not automatically allow you to get gender affirming care,
because they're going to say you're
because they want you to have an underlying condition. They want you to treat that underlying condition first before they get. In other words, they are going to cause severe harm to people.
This is politicians trying to manage healthcare in something they really don't know anything about. And make no mistake, this is healthcare. This is mental health care. These are people getting help, going to their doctor. It has nothing to do with politics.
And although I am not on the spectrum, I have dated fantastic transgender people on the spectrum, and it kills me on the inside. The best decision of their lives. You could just look at pictures and you can see it in their eyes when people are truly happy. I know what I'm fighting for every single day. And so, yes, I would say you don't want to make it personal. I don't want to make it about just one person. This is, it deals with the response to Brett. I hope Brett changes his mind. I really do mean everything that I say. I think that this is to everybody. I think this is to the conservatives. I really hope that libertarians wake the frig up, because these social conservatives are trying to take over. This is their push. Then this religious hardcore is this like coming for the women and children in both of these systems. And transgenders, the LGBTQ community has only ground to lose now, in my opinion. And so, the doctors
just got the ground.
Doctors were in control. It wasn't us in control. They think it's us in control. the doctors were finally in control and not the religious
They
people.
came around and said, okay, this is legitimate. We're going to deal with it as legitimate. And then the conservatives, mostly from religious reasons, are freaking out about it.
Very specifically. I want to paint with as small a brush as possible, but yes, religion. $5 super chat, sending so much love in from the Sinister Porpoise. They don't have to believe the nonsense they're spewing about trans people. I know for a fact, and I say this, once again, my reporting could be wrong. I feel like I need to double check. But I've seen articles from reputable places that say that these think tanks, they don't care about transgenders at all. But they went out and they tested a bunch of issues, and this is the issue that resonates the most with their lay audience. And so it's not about, like, I doubt the Koch brothers give up about transgenders. They probably do coke off of the Kochs. Probably do coke off of transgenders.
Their god is green pieces of paper. That's all they care about. That's why, like, at the end of the day, like on the side, a lot of them are supporters of the LGBT rights. It doesn't like intrinsically to them. It's just politics. It's just whatever reason they can give people to vote.
Here,
I'm gonna more money.
I'm gonna take her thing off and then put it back on, just so I don't represent her. I would bet money, and I dislike Trump for many things. I would go to I would vote for for almost anyone else. Nonetheless, I don't think Trump is anti-LGBTQ. He doesn't give a about trannies or fucking gays or any of that money. Shit. He's a New York person. And once again,
he's a money guy.
I'll put her thing up. I didn't want to say, speaking for me, they are cynically manipulating their uneducated followers. I agree, though. Sinister. I could not agree more. This very specifically, I think, is a political move. Once again, I think they're making a metaphorical deal with the devil because they're like, listen, we need a red meat subject. What the are we going to throw out there?
Well, if you remember 2004, well, it was like 2002, 2003 when the Massachusetts Supreme Court came out with this gay marriage decision, and that just blew up. And so there was a huge push to get gay marriage on the ballot in 2004. And they used that to
hold on. That is not the actual account, right? That's not the actual account.
No, that's that can't be him.
Oh God, there's just I'm just looking. I'm like, it doesn't say Asso. It doesn't say Atangelo Jello. I know, Orange James. Jello. A girl could wish, right? A girl could wish.
Otangelo's gay. But, we knew it all along, Otangelo. We always knew you were. Don't feel bad. Your wife knows. Your wife has always known. It doesn't bother her. She's okay with it.
Exactly.
Oh boy!
In fact, come
if you don't see Otangelo, then that might be the real Otangelo. If Sinister's got the account blocked.
Well, I would say I try to do Titan. There are numerous people that I have permanent blocked, and there are some I like because I love you.
Oh boy!
Like Christ,
there's another Otangelo account.
There's no way.
God talk. I want to be your boyfriend.
There's no way. I wish it was. That's true. Listen, Otangelo, you come on down here. Rachel, myself, and you. We're gonna have a threesome. It's gonna be a great time. What were we talking about?
Oh, I was just saying how the religious right used gay marriage in 2004 to push the vote out. And they know that this is not going to last. This is not going to be a long term. It's just short term political points that, like now, we've had gay marriage nationwide for what, like 7 years, 6 years now, and the sun still comes up in the morning. Nothing bad has happened.
I love our chat.
Everything's okay. Nobody cares, really. Nobody cares. We crossed the plane. We got it. It took a lot of fighting for people to get there, but we made it, and nobody cares. That's the thing. Even the Republicans, most of them, not all of them, but probably 80% of them would not want to go back and refight that battle, because there have been times when people, the really religious ones, are like, "Yeah, we need to go back, forget," and the ones who have an ounce of common sense are like, no. Listen, we're not going back to that. We used it when it was a good issue politically, but it would be political suicide now. We are, I think, for all that, we're probably like in the early 90s stage where we were with gay rights. We're probably in that stage about 10 to 15 years from it really becoming.
He said, check it out. It's definitely, he said, no, it's me. It's the real channel. And the only video he has on there is Baby Don't Hurt Me, which is Darth Dawkins in like lingerie dancing. All right.
If he's the real Tangelo, what about the shroud?
That's right. I would say in Tangelo, we're gonna have to make a dress out of the shroud now. I feel like it's now a dinner date.
Did they get an imprint of Jesus's package down there? How long? How big was it?
How big was it? Exactly. We're gonna need an inch size.
Feet.
Thank you so very much. The Sinister Porpoise, and another $5 super chat from Khaleesi. Woohoo! 5 for positive vibes.
I remember your Shroud video getting a lot of views, Otangelo.
I just like the waves of I am a Tangelo from everyone in chat. That's right. We all are on Tangelo, if you think about it.
We are creatures of the night. We're just LARPing.
Creatures of the night. And I will say, yes. So what I'm probably going to be just doing a whole bunch more stuff. We're going to be figuring out.
Wow of Turin. Right,
yes,
right, Randolph.
Indeed.
They use it for the gay bathhouses. It really works good for them to soak up all the liquid. All over. Clean the walls, the floor,
whatever,
all over. Yeah.
Oh my! But yeah, we're probably going to be doing verbal shout-outs in a little bit.
Hell. Oh boy!
Sending so much love. Thank you so much, Khaleesi, for 5 for positive vibes, which we kind of needed, because let me tell you, we need a lot of it. It really sounds, I almost wanted to use that word, but there really is there's no such thing. I wouldn't say a safe space. What we need is to get good arguments out there. We get good arguments out there because, people won't buy the kalam if they've heard videos on how fucking stupid it is. And so if people, get a little bit.
Name is Justin.
Oh my goodness. Question is, did he really buy it? His wife said he did.
Okay.
Thank you so very much, Khaleesi. I'm going to show. I don't want to show you while we're doing something non-positive vibes, which is his wife said that he really did convert for religious reasons, but
all we can do is put counter messages out, and hopefully most people will see it and realize it's stupid and not go there, not go for that. What I was thinking before, since you mentioned Khalil, they could also use it in Randolph's version of the Kaaba. Have you seen Randolph's gay pride version of the Kaaba in Mecca, that black rock that they all worship?
I feel like I actually have, now that you say it.
Randolph used to make it as his avatar with like pink curtains down the side and the pride flag rainbows.
Oh my. That's got to make them feel all nice and warm inside.
Yeah.
What's up, Ozzy Gold?
And it's well, like Islam is the next fight in terms of religion, because Judaism is basically 90% secular. Christianity's on the way there. Islam's the next fight, but Pornhub and Grindr will defeat Islam too. It's only a matter of time.
I believe so.
It will.
I believe that secularism is going to fight. I think that PS7 is going to beat Islam. That is my bet.
And that's the thing. Remember the Matt Dillahunty Islamic debate? It was like 6 months ago, where the Islamic guy was like, "Oh, you atheists! You just want everybody living in pods and doing drugs and playing video games with porn and video games in your pod." And Matt Dillahunty's like, "What? Like doing drugs, playing video games, watching porn? I'm in."
Is the pod's that way, right?
Yeah.
No, this way? Okay.
What's bad about that? I mean, yeah, it's and that's the thing is secularism, atheism. We actually have real tangible things to offer. Religion just has empty promises. It has empty promises, idle threats, bad arguments, bad rhetoric, and a lot of hate that goes along with it. A lot of hate, and that just darkens your heart, and it really makes you miserable if you think about it. If you spend all your time hating other people. Oh, we hate imaginary beings, but we don't really hate most believers. Most people we think they're wrong. We actually hate most of them. But
even when we say we dislike the God, we don't actually think he's real, just like we don't think Voldemort is real. That is the entire point.
Darth Vader is not real? No. Galaxy
no,
Quest.
I don't think
it's
so.
All real, Amy. It's all real.
It's all real. It's all coming back to me.
She knew it. She knew it this whole time. It was all real. That's right, Titan. And we're going to get it. We're going to get it. 100 years from now, we'll have universal basic income. Most people won't work. Oh, I'm sorry, Shane. Nobody in Darth Vader mask to rob New York City banks. I mean, it's yeah.
Date me and I'll show you heaven. Oh, whoever that account is, I'm sending you so much love. Tangelo used to come on here, but the theists don't like hanging along. I always like how they get so mad at our mods. I cannot understand, because our mods are very nice. Titan's a nice guy, so are all the other. It's just always... Oh, what's up, Casey? Oh.
And what's the last 4 digits?
We were going to do that, but I wanted, because I could tell James was like, something that T-Jump said has made James not happy. And so I kind of want to see what that is.
I mean, basically the whole thing that we can lie, that if statistically, if more people are helped by the placebo effect of religion, then lying to people is good to make people believe it. I mean, it's... Well, I mean, he ties a careful knot to try to... Well, there's white lies and things. Maybe not young Earth creationism. But, I mean, if you're going to go that far and say, okay, well, if religion is beneficial, then maybe we should lie about young Earth creation. Maybe we should tell people that evolution is not true.
Where does the line end?
Right. Maybe we should tell people evolution's not true. The world is flat. We live in a dome, on a flat disk with a dome overhead. The entire universe is in the dome. We can't access outside the dome. It's impenetrable. Life got poofed out by a deity. And if lying to people about that would make them believe in God and that placebo effect would benefit people, then why not do it? I mean, if that momentary delusion, that happiness, that delusion might bring, if that's the ultimate goal, then why not do it? Whereas I think most of us would say that it just comes down to like me. I ask myself, it comes down to the cipher from the Matrix. Like, if I could take a pill and go back into the Matrix and just, I never question Christianity and just believe it, and I could go back into that Matrix, would I? Would I not want to know? And when I was a Christian, I was happy with it in a lot of ways. Like, I liked the idea, certain ideas about it, that you get to live forever and you get to see all your friends and family, and those aspects of it are good. But would I go back? No, I wouldn't want to go back. I would not want to go back. And because of that, I think that even though I've said to people, like, we don't come here preaching a message of hope or a gospel, like good news. We come preaching a message of reality, of dealing with things as they are. Even if at times it might not be hopeful, at times it might not make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. At times it may lead to nihilism. And if that's the case, oh well. I mean, not that it has to, but if some people want to take it that way, I mean, that's the way they're going to take it. It's not our job to censor reality so that people can feel better about it. No. When the universe ends in either heat death or ripping itself apart or re-crunching back in, whatever the fate is, yeah, everything we do is going to be irrelevant in the long run. If that makes you feel like life's not worth living, then that's on you. Just the fact that to know that the party ends makes you think, why is the point? Why would you even want to go? Then, okay, don't go. Don't go to the party. But it does end.
It's an interesting question. What do you think of Ali Hirsi Ali's proposition of employing a liberal Christian evangelicalism to fanatical Muslims, as this would be more likely means of changing their view? It is complicated.
Step in the right direction, I'd say.
It's a step in the right direction from a liberal Christian, but what I always find funny when I listen to Christians and Muslims debate is I always find that those debates are who can eventually out-atheist themselves. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Is that when I listen to David Wood, all I hear, especially when he's talking to Muslims, is like points that I would make as a non-religious person. And it's almost like it's not just going after their theology, but theology, talking about how his prophet and how, to me, almost prophethood in general when you're going after Muhammad. Now, Ain Hirsi Ali is an amazing woman. She is a ex-Muslim. She is an atheist as far as I know. I would take a liberal version of a religion over any fundamentalism. It's a hard sell because they try to make Christianity sound so crazy. Like, I always joke, there is a very specific Muslim pipeline. The Muslim pipeline is, all right, we have to admit that everything that begins to exist has a cause, right? Okay, cool. Come on. Everyone can admit that. You can admit that. I can admit that. Atheists can admit that. All right, now that everything has a...
This conversation is being recorded.
Now that they have admitted to a first cause, well, let's talk about what these first causes are. I mean, it has to be some sort of creator. It has to be some sort of intelligent creator.
Oh, let me call my agent. Oh, get my agent on the line.
Oh,
Mohammed, is that you?
hi.
Allah?
Allah snack bar. But, and so then you say, hey, Christianity can't be true because, come on, 3 gods? It can't be 3 in 1. This Trinity thing is insane. And so we have to be left with Judaism or Islam now that we've thrown out this middle religion. And so now that we're looking for the one true religion, well, we can look at Judaism and how it's corrupted. And so now that we've gone over why Judaism was corrupted and how, well, and I think their exact sell is that Islam has been recorded and not changed since its inception, and other people change it. And so this is the perfect, not changeable, which is
People
really a
memorize
bad
the
thing.
Quran.
Yes, good for you. You memorized it. That doesn't make it true. Even if you do it for really, 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 excuse me, really, 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 really long time. No, that actually doesn't make it true. And so,
What if we pray 50 times a day to Allah? Would that make it true?
you know what? That would probably, yeah. And in the right direction. It has to be very specifically in the direction that they like. But after...
Definitely. He doesn't take it from the back end, so you got to be facing the front.
Exactly. The cat's having a good time. And so now that they have eliminated, it's been like this slow-moving maze, well, what's left? Oh, why, it's the one true religion with the one true prophet. And may peace, Reese's Pieces be upon him. But who doesn't want Reese's Pieces upon them? So I can understand. That's right. Only if you're not counting carbs. But you're right. You're probably right. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruby Halal.
Pork is carb-free, Amy. Pork is carb-free. Bacon does not add carbs to your sandwich.
Oh my, that's right. So just got to keep on adding that bacon. And trying to think.
Okay, though, Sinister, because philosophy is not really, at the end of the day, it's not the end-all, be-all. It's not, yeah. To me, it's not the most important thing in the world, philosophy. Kind of maybe helpful sometimes.
I think that philosophy at this point is useful for only 2 things. And that is creating hypotheses so that you can eventually go out and create theories, and counter-apologetics. Literally the only other good thing I think it's also good for, because
I remember it was when I was in another account and I was trolling Khalil one time, and because I used to do that for fun, but trolling Justin before he went to prison. But he was going on this thing like about, he was just talking philosophy, like trying to prove Islam, and yet I'm like, man, but philosophy's not real though. It's just conjecture. He's like, no. Philosophy is everything. The philosophy is you can't have anything without philosophy. Like, no, it's at the end of the day, it's just conjecture. It's just words. Yeah, I used to troll Justin sometimes as Harry. That used to be that name used to throw him off. with
Caught in the
'cause
middle.
he would read Harry out in the thing, and then his chat people would get into it.
Harry.
Yeah,
James, sometimes you need to shave it. Anyway, caught in the middle. I understand that religion is the belief in power or powers. I also understand that atheism is in Scientology. Not Scientology is a religion. However, do you think that atheism's appeal to science could make science... I'm looking for the power. Can make science power? Knowledge is power. And science is useful. It can be powerful. It is a process. If you want to get shit done, science is probably one of the best ways to do so. It depends on what it is.
It's just the most effective tool that we have to evaluate the natural world and to learn about it. And it works. It's not perfect. It doesn't tell us everything. Doesn't explain everything. But it's the best we have so far. And the results speak for themselves. Because look at where we've come as a species since we started using science, and instead of relying on religion to answer questions about the natural world.
It has also been announced that
Thanks, Shane.
there is going to be a new host, Don Carlson. So Don Carlson, we welcome him. He's going to be working.
He's going to be Tucker's going to be a new side chat troll.
See, not Tucker, not Don. Maybe it will be
Tucker Lamont.
It'll be Tucker Lamont. Yes. There we go. James, have them both. It'll be the power couple.
Rush Limbaugh used to call Don Lamont. Rush Limbaugh used to call Don Lemon. He would say Don Lemon or call him Don Lemon, the dumbest man on TV. He used to trigger Rush so bad. Hard to believe Rush has been dead for what, 2 years? 2 years now? Yeah. Go figure.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I tell you, his wife, she must be enjoying all that money that I tell you, when he came down with his cancer diagnosis, his wife, who was 25 years younger than him, she was probably inconsolable. She was like, I mean, she's wrecked. She's wrecked about it, I'm sure.
I don't know why, but when you said inconsolable, I could just hear that in Gilbert's voice. Inconsolable. I don't know why.
Really? It's stage 4 cancer, like maybe a year or less. Oh wow, this is honey, this is horrible.
Caught in the middle.
Can you imagine him hacking up blood like weeks before that? Maybe I should go. No, don't go to the doctor. You're
oh my
good,
Jesus,
whatever.
Yo, him and fucking her. Was it Herman Cain?
Herman Cain.
Some of these I do feel bad. Everyone has a mother and father, and I want to heart them and love them. But my God, if you ever have an evolution debate and you just want to bring up slides on natural selection. Anyway, caught in the middle.
999 tax point.
that science is ever changing. Much like at least a few 666, like at least a few religions. We understand that science is ever changing. Yes, I like that. Much like at least a few religions. And if atheism's appeal belief is science, would atheism be considered a religion in that respect? No, because it would be the quintessential thing of a religion would be something that's ever changing. So if our clothes are ever changing, then our clothes are a religion. If the weather is ever changing, then the weather is a religion. That doesn't seem to be the linchpin. A religion to me seems to be, I I really tell me where I'm wrong, okay? Everyone makes fun of me when I say this, and he does say a lot of dumb shit, okay? But tell me where I'm wrong on this. I shouldn't even give the quote of his name. All right. The difference between a cult and a religion is that in a cult, he knows that he's full of shite. In a religion, that guy's dead. It's supposed to be the leader. I fucked it up. I realized that halfway through. But the point being that the main aspects of a cult, a religion, that was what I wanted to say to Brett. That was the last thing that I wanted to say. Thank you so very much, Caught. No, because like I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be for realsies, and I'm gonna differentiate between spirituality and a religion. These religions, I really do. And James, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you do. I think they're cults. I do not mean that as an ad hominem. I do not mean that as an insult. I believe that, especially of these Abrahamic religions, that they are in such famous, popular cults that it just feels normal. It doesn't feel like anything. It feels sometimes like what they should do. It's the culture. And so, man, that must be hard. It would be like, to me, like Mormonism or Scientology worldwide. And it just got so popular that eventually everyone was like, maybe they got something.
Normal.
Yeah, maybe it is normal. But it's not. It's not normal, as in like
area group. Yeah, it's like massive area, mass illusion.
And I'm sending love. I know our pagan friends have a very nuanced, our deist and all sorts of other theist friends out there have a very nuanced position. But I guess the push for this stream also very specifically was that I get time and time again that I am in a cult for who I am. Like, that is what I say. It's the LGBTQ cult. And that this stream has been a mix of, what are you going to say?
It's what?
Well, that is what I get from these religious fundamentalists. Is they, and what it also is it's almost like a whataboutism. Like, that's how creepy it is to me. Because this is how the conversation goes. I go, you're in a cult. And they go, oh, you're just saying that. And I go, no. You're in a cult. And they go, well, you're in a cult too. And can you imagine, like running to like a door and like you open up like a shed and there's just a bunch of like people. Like, they've been like working and tirelessly, they bloodshot eyes, they haven't been eaten. And you come up and you're like, I've come here to save you. And they're like, maybe we're here to save you. And you're like, yeah, probably. Can we just get you out of the barn, please? Like, yeah, maybe I'm in a cult. Get out of the barn. Like, I'm only being slightly hyperbolic, right, James? Like, that is how.
Yeah. I mean, we just saw him in chat. People like Mr.
CURRY.
Those are the kinds of cult mentality, doomsday prophets and preachers that we get. People in an alternate universe, people not connected to reality, but as Amy often points out, then we look at mainstream religion, and you ask yourself at the end of the day, they have more in common than they do with the kooks and the crazies, and then they disagree. They're all totally down with Jesus being born of a virgin, being killed, coming back from the dead, being a zombie. They're totally down with all that, like the substitutionary atonement, like, oh, Jesus being a scapegoat, fine, yeah, whatever works, yeah, I can do whatever I want as long as I ask Jesus for forgiveness, and I say I'm really, really sorry, and I believe all these things, then it's okay. Yeah, totally. We're down with it all. Yeah. I mean, then they tell us that we're immoral that we're horrible because we think, Amy, after doing all the terrible things that he did, Amy, after having all those people killed and starting that war, persecuting people, that Hitler, he could put a gun to his head and pull the trigger, and that's it. He doesn't have to suffer anymore. And we're like, yeah, that's what happens. That's reality.
James, I'm not hallucinating. We did have like a Christian through a good portion of this stream, like congratulating and cheering on Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
He was a better man than we are because he believed in Jesus. He'll go.
Is that not the best example of this is your brain on drugs? Or brain on drugs, brain on religion. I wish it should be brain on drugs. This is your brain on religion. James Wolfe says, in Levian Satanism as atheistic religion in the sense that it encourages you to organize your dogmas and superstitions. Yeah, so I would accept that. So I would say atheism is not a religion, but yes, I mean that you could go either way with Satanism. You could go like the 10%. There's the 10% of Satanists who are theistic Satanists who actually believe in Satan. Have met one or two of them, but generally speaking, all of them else are basically using it to legally and or onlinely troll Christians and Muslims and everyone else. So
I mean, it's a route that some people go. I've never really found it to be particularly useful, although I see why people do it. So it is what it is.
I've found it legally useful. I say that very specifically because nothing triggers the creationists or the Muslims or the ever like having a satanic whatever on public land. Like that, just for whatever reason, they'll have many other symbols, but a satanic symbol,
good to see Ember out there. Hey, Ember,
clear
good to
house.
see
Hi, Ember. And thank you so very much, James Wolfe, sending so much love. We're doing late verbal shout outs.
I'm a Satanist for money. Yeah, me too. But Satan's not paying me. I don't know, Jeffrey. I don't know, Slicey, if Jeffrey Dahmer actually believed it. I don't know.
What's up, Pat?
Because people are saying, like, even after he supposedly watched Kenobi's videos and converted, that he used to still make lewd remarks to like the correctional staff about killing them and eating them. I mean, I don't know.
Also, Antangelo Grasso, that's very daring of you to say you'd be my first sub, but you know, I'm always looking for more.
Yeah, that's like, was that from Pauly Shore from In the Army Now? Like when the sergeant, like, you know, I'm your first sergeant, right? He's like, actually, I really wish you were my first sergeant, but I've had a few others before you.
But I mean,
I've had
be
other
amazing.
Sergeants.
I'm sure you would serve fantastic. We'll get the application started. How do you feel about
Caterpillar? Good to see you,
boys?
Caterpillar.
What's up, Caterpillar?
Amy loves turning fuckboys into femboys. She's like a boot camp.
James, it is a process. We have a pipeline. I do like straight heterosexual men. They are cool too. I apparently have dated them, which is another funny thing. Just saying. Put that on the table.
Totally straight.
Well, I let them deal with that. I go with sure, whatever. I know what I am.
Yeah.
You're
a woman. I'm totally straight, and they're like, oh, all right, okay.
Listen, if you just look that way, if you just look that way. What are we talking about? I saw comments like,
caterpillars.
Case is like trying to be like, listen, I'm actually talking religion. We were talking about religion and tranny.
That's true.
Well, it was a good back and forth. We're probably almost at the end of our hero's journey because that was what I want to convince. Because I cannot convincingly say when you say that religion is a cult and then you're in a cult in chat, it just looks like you're throwing a tantrum. You're in a cult. Yeah, no, you're in a cult. And to me, it is very specifically, I cannot reiterate this. You are in a cult. Real cult. Not an insult, an ad hominem. Jews, Christians, Muslims, and all of the DLCs, like the Mormons, leave. Please.
You got a spider cat behind you.
Spider cat.
She's jumping all over now.
The two cats sit here because they watch cat TV. We have cat TV, okay? That is like a normal thing for cats.
Look outside, see what's going on.
That's what you would expect her to do. See if that's what just see if there's a subtle difference between her. And we may have to talk for a little bit, but sending love to
now we probably will be back later once Amy gets to watch the T-Jump R and Raw debate, so she can actually share my frustration with some of the rhetoric that T-Jump had used in that debate.
I agree with T-Jump like 90% of the time, but you know, there's sometimes I just think it's debates
60%, 70%.
But I think religion is harmful. We'll be doing that topic in a day or so because I think it was going live today or it was premiering today. It was going live at DebateCon.
Well, it's almost over now, so I can shout it out because it won't hurt our views. But I'm going to be watching the Grayson versus Sea Science debate that just happened or is almost over on Standing for Truth. Because if you remember our last show, we had Mr. Sea Science Labs on the show. We had a interesting discussion with him, and he was going to be debating Lucy with Grayson. So he probably has gotten the guts stomped out of him by now, but I will be definitely watching that debate. Grayson is a good debater. If you guys have seen him, he actually debated the man himself, Standing for Truth himself, on chromosome 2 fusion, and he's still a little.
That's sucking. That's how that triggers them. Yo, like not only I understand that it's a little too obvious to say just look at an orangutan and just stare at yourself and just go, how do you not? It kills me that they're like, no, it's completely different. Are you fucking kidding me?
Amy, I mean, there's got to be
looks like my uncle's.
There's got to be an animal, okay, that is the most similar to humans, and this just happens to be the chimpanzee. That's all that it is. God created animals, and there's got to be one that's closest to humans, and that's them.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it happened. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Oh, she's back. Okay.
No, Pat, you don't own enough latex.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting. I had it start. Here we go. Yeah. I also fulfilled something. Did you notice I just disappeared a second ago?
It
I
happens.
just want you to know that I can just disappear at any time, bring up paddles. Just want you to know. Always willing, anytime. What are we talking about?
You probably have 5 in arm's reach
Oh my.
at any given time.
Listen, James, they're for practical uses. They all have their own
I
thing.
bet.
But I think we're going to have to get a lot more latex. I think that's what's going to happen. A lot more latex, a lot more leather.
Yeah, I talked to Ted about that.
That's right. Standing for, I don't know, not my kind of weird. One for a long number of MDD peeps. Oh, no, it's all good. I love MDD. Oh, speaking of MDD, I got confirmation. I'm going back on there to debate, baby.
When?
I do not know. I guess it was kind of in the middle of the of DebateCon, so I didn't want to bother him.
Topic? Do we know?
But the topic is something about religion.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's the only criteria. I was just like,
what you've been asking for months
baby.
now. There we go. Okay.
Because
you'll take on a political debate or a flat Earth debate, but politics
exactly.
that's our bread and butter.
Exactly. I think that I can make good connections with politics. I have become a little bit spicier in politics, but generally speaking, yeah. Well, I can't help it. My natural inclination is to. I have won over people who probably started, and this is not James Hake. James Hake is he's James Hake. He's another. He's his own guy.
Jesse Lee Peterson's.
He's a Jesse Lee Peter and kind. Yeah, it's a Jesse Lee Peter boy type of league. But I've talked with people who have started with basically wanted to. I would say started with wanting to see me dead, and at this point, come to me weekly for friendly therapy. I need to talk with you because you're the only person that listens to me.
Yeah.
It's like this, and so I just sit there and I try and listen to everybody because it has. Get a job. I'm wishing you.
Wish you luck.
I won't say this often, but Godspeed. I had James Hake on instead. Instead of standing for truth, and that says it. Yo, he was very polite to me. That's what I mean. I feel like I can sometimes get good
James Hake held his own in the debate with T-Jump the other day.
What was he debating?
Gun control.
Gun control. Oh.
Not just because I agree more with Hake on that issue, but I thought he at least held his own, even though T-Jump is a really good debater.
A master debater?
You could say that.
Thank you, Slicey, as well. Host on your cat. Yes, you can host on Cat TV. Also, there's I'll be posting. I keep on saying there's many things that I'm posting in Patreon. The what the hell is it?
You can,
the
Tucker.
Skeptic and Gaming overlays are being made. I'm only having 2 overlays made. Me and a co-host. Whether I assume that's probably actually going to be from Minecraft, it's probably going to be Rachel. Yes.
Well, that would be great for everybody to get to meet Rachel.
Exactly. However, I will allow anyone to join and play because we will be using the Skeptic and Ranting Discord server. That's where the actual audio is going to be recorded. And so we will play in the Discord server while I'm recording, and there's going to be one stipulation. In every single episode, I should have maybe a 3rd person overlay made. All right, maybe I'll throw an extra $10 if I can have it. All right, well, because I'm going to have an open link in every episode, in a StreamYard link, which a creationist can join to argue with me. It'll be gaming. That's what Skeptic Gaming is. We'll be playing Minecraft. And if a creationist decides to argue with me, I just can't help myself. James, you're welcome. If you figure out a game you want to play, or we'll figure out a game. You want to play poker or something, I'll play poker with you. We'll figure out. Yeah, my joke
Jenga.
to me, it was poker is like adult Pokemon.
I like poker.
I love to do. It's Peter. Oh, why didn't we think about this earlier?
Yeah, it had to be Peter.
Had to have been Peter.
Amy's already got the paddle, Peter.
Rain even go there the first time.
You should have came up with the Jesse P. Leaderson account.
He was too good. He stuck away from lines that I think that he like is too much on like his soundboard.
Like you just hear the dings. Ding,
yes, ding, ding.
In the back of your head.
Say Settlers or Katana, James.
Nah, never heard of it. What is it? What is that?
Those are role-playing games, aren't they?
I don't know.
I'm about to play D&D for the first time. I played what the hell? The Vampires the Masquerade. That was fun.
What is that? Is that a role play
RP?
RP?
You to debate atheism versus polytheism, did you? Let me tell you, because I was asked to do a polytheism. I didn't, but I would absolutely be all over that.
Oh, that's her bread and butter right there. She'll jump on that.
Saying,
like,
I
15
am
feet.
not. Yeah, that's right. I am.
We didn't see Peter. We didn't see your acting is too good, Peter. I'll tell you.
That's true. No,
you're so
like
Angela.
I went to your channel and I saw Darth Dawkins in stilettos and fishnets, and I just couldn't take my eyes off anything else. Oh my god.
Oh, Gary.
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You should all check out DebateCon. Lots of great debates, and we're gonna be having more great debates and lots of more stuff.
Oh, maybe you'll be debate caught in the middle.
No, I'd be all over that. Let me tell you, I don't see nothing yet. But
hopefully, Slicey. I'm surprised she wasn't at this one. She should have been.
Hopefully, the next
I'll
one.
tell you. I don't want to. I hate to toot Amy's horn, but if you type modern day debate into Google and see what comes up, I showed Amy this the other day, and yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing. I am just happy part of modern day community. I am happy doing debates, and I'm happy for the Skeptic and Ranting community and all you guys and gals and everything in between out there. We should have also come on to say we should set up more Debate Me bras with you, because we've been looking for the problem with theists is they're the flightiest motherfuckers. Not our pagans. The pagans and skeptics tend to stay more, and the deists.
Actually,
but
see,
once again,
he hung around last time. He was on for a long time. We could get rid of him.
See science. That was so funny. James was kind of having a giggle because it's just funny hearing theists talk about other theists.
How they are. Well, you get to know them like personally backstage, and you find out some surprising things. Let's just say that. But yeah, like the gentleman. Remember the gentleman backstage who told Amy that he looks better in a dress than she does.
Not only did he say that I look better in a dress than I do, but he said that, or another person told me
Not
on Randolph
streams.
No, see science.
Peter, she's a size queen, so.
I don't know. See science. If you'd like to come on, but we were talking about on Randolph stream, someone who said that they also like semen, or that semen makes them.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh. And it was bugs up the butt. That was what they were telling.
I
Makes
mean,
them. But
not a
speaking of
religion.
LGBTQ,
Any
the
court that says
atheism
so
is
is
a religion.
wrong.
Court said so. So I advise you.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Don't care. They're wrong.
Who would be our leader? Who would be the people that we follow? Who would be
The only way you could get like the
worship?
atheism being a religion would be if you said that, if you took like an absolute position, like there are no gods, there is no religious claim, and you're not even willing to look at it or examine it or even listen to any claims. Maybe. We're not even close to being that.
But welcome, Brett. We kind of wanted to do. The court says it's a religion. What some Google social media atheist thinks matters not. Okay, still not a religion.
Yeah, it's still not a religion. I mean, if a court can say the moon is made out, it's not made out of cheese. I don't care if the court says it is. Courts have said lots of crazy things throughout the years. They are still wrong. They're still crazy.
I don't know what you are defining as a religion.
Well, she's going crazy over there.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm telling you, Spider Cat does whatever a Spider Cat does. But I'm saying, Amy.
You listen to whoever you want to listen to, Brett. That's up to you.
So you will wait. So this does mean that creationism is a religion and evolution should be taught in schools because it's science. Because remember, he listens to, not what some people on social media say, not some preachers, what some people. Atheists fought for it to be a religion.
No, negative.
So,
negative.
What is your definition of a religion, Brett?
Yeah, exactly, Miranda. It's like not collecting stamps as a hobby or abstinence as having a sex position. It's just no. Oh, it's pretty crazy, Leo. You should probably
What is up, Leo?
probably keep your eyes straight forward and just walk out while you still can.
So let's just go here. Religion, the belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. Huh. Particular system
That's
of
right,
faith
Leo.
or worship.
She's certainly a
A
spasm.
pursuit or interest in which someone ascribes not even on the third definition. Oh, how about over here? No, range or some yeah.
That's right. Caught in the middle. Ken Hoven's tax plan.
Dental plan.
I don't care what see that's the thing. I don't care what Dawkins says or what anybody says. We're not like atheists are people who agree on. We have one thing in common. We're not a singular thing. We're not bound to anybody else. We're not part of a group or membership or whatever. We just don't have a belief in a God. You guys have presented your case. We think this God exists. We've said we don't think so. That's it. That's the only thing we have in common.
Sure, but Buddhism is a religion. Just being an atheist doesn't mean that you are in a religion.
We don't have a belief system. We agree on the answer to one question. That's it.
And this
Do you believe in a deity?
No. All about whataboutism. I'm going to say the same thing that I was saying to you really just like 20 minutes ago. You are in a cult. Like this whole argument about is atheism a religion, I would like to see what your definition of a religion. I think you are in a legitimate cult. I do not think that's an ad hominem. I'm not trying to insult you. Really think that
he's
you
like
have
trying to
you're
make
taking
something.
Well-
Finish your point.
Well, I mean, they take orders from a dead leader. Like, that supposedly sacrificed himself. He's in a cult. Like,
He's trying to make something it's not based on a dictionary definition. It's like a pre-supper trying to bring God into reality by using the definition in a dictionary. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. No, not magic. We believe it came through a natural process that's not currently understood.
and
That's not magic. It's
that's
not
also
magic, Brett.
that's also a straw man because we don't believe that the universe came from nothing.
We don't believe in a nothing.
Oh wait, no.
necessarily.
See, you say you also think you grow from a fish. I'm sorry, Brett. I don't take like advice from like theists on social media. I accept what not only the legal scholars have said about this, I accept what the biologists have
The
said
entire
about this.
scientific community, anybody who knows anything about the subject.
Oh,
The only
it
people
is
who
a shame.
disagree, who don't believe in evolution,
It's
are
true.
people who are ignorant, idiots,
True.
or people who or hucksters.
But he may have a degree.
No, what the fuck is this guy doing now?
But he may have a degree
Oh.
from University of Basement. We do not know. But I love you, Brett. I am saying
not
that,
from
but
rocks.
I want to know. You came from rocks according to your faith?
Now he's back to spouting Kent, coming in and spouting
That
Kent Hovind-esque
kind
talking
of
points.
sounds what theists believe. You believe we came from clay? Or do you mean that we think we came from carbon? I have to ask, Brett, what kind of life forms do you think we are? If we're not carbon, I have to ask, have you found some sort of new material that we are made of? I would love to hear what it is. Dr. Brett Keene, I'm actually here to ready at your willing. But I'm sending love. I really am. I don't mean to be a little, I don't know.
You're being
angry.
overly nice about it.
Because, Brett, you are my friend. And I think you're stuck in a cult.
But it sometimes when your friends are acting stupid and they're doing stupid, you have to be able to be a friend and kick them in the backside and tell them they're.
This is what I mean. Now he's being dishonest. This is what I mean. Please address my point. Like, what do you think we come from? If it's not carbon, if we're not carbon-based life forms, this is what a straw man is. You don't address what our actual points are. Oh my. Not only that, but you believe that a man walked on water. You believe a man turned water into wine. You believe a man fucking made loaves of bread like it was going out of sale at a dollar store. You think he came back from the dead 3 days out of decomposition. I'm reading chat.
Got Eric Hovind in chat now, apparently.
Okay,
I don't care what atheist in chat is. Not everybody in chat is an atheist.
There's no admit you're coming from rocks.
I mean,
I think so. I saw someone said that the Earth is a rock.
It doesn't matter. I mean, where are you even going with this, Brett? I mean, this whole rock thing, this Ken Hovind talking point that only he says, only Ken Hovind makes that point because it's so stupid. Nobody else would use it except for him, and well, I guess apparently you. But nobody else uses that talking point, Brett. It's exclusive to the Hoven brand. If you want to separate yourself from that, get another argument, get another talking point. There are actually better, theistic, quasi-deist talking points that aren't from Hoven. I mean, you might have to have an original idea. You might actually have to have an original thought.
That's not a good thing. That's
not
a badge of honor. Yeah, that's like when you say I've been saying something stupid for 20 years.
You've been wrong.
You shouldn't be taking claim for that.
All 20 of them, you've been wrong. And
come to Pentagon. I can't tell if that's an act. That's not an actual Eric Hoven official. Okay, that's not Peter. Okay, I'll baptize you in the name of Jesus. I just don't get it. What do you get out of Christianity? They all gave you shit. They all gave you shit for years.
This is a cycle he goes in. Like I tell you, he does this. Even they know it.
Here we go. I'll define a woman and a rock, and then you do it, okay? So I define sex, woman, as having two XX chromosomes. And by that definition, and a man having XY, I mean that your God will never be a man. Okay? Understand me in this. Your God will never, ever be a man. Do you understand me when I'm saying this? Biologically speaking. Never exist. But I want this to be clear because I want you, I'm not a biologist, but I want you to really understand that. Oh, and by the way, Eve, she'll never be a woman. Never. Anyway, we could go on to, I guess, Iraq.
I mean, define woman. A woman can either be a trans woman or a biologic woman. That's it. It's that simple. There are different categories of women. They're both women.
Any natural mass of the mineral matter that make up the Earth's crust is called a rock. Oh my Jesus! Are you really saying that we're made up of any natural mass of the mineral matter that makes up the Earth of the crust?
There's minerals in our bodies.
Ridiculous.
There's minerals in us, so therefore we're rocks, right? I mean,
James.
There's iron in your blood. There's zinc. There's minerals in there, so therefore, yeah.
I don't think you have to take any of that. That's ridiculous. You don't need any of that stuff.
Copper. You might as well be a copper wire, Amy, because there's copper in your body.
I want you to know right now that we can take this stuff and we can just... could you imagine even putting that in your body? Iron? That's ridiculous.
Brett, like... what you're doing, like they admit to being rocks. We're saying what we are. You're the one who's saying that's like being a rock. But what you're doing right now is like when these Christians do it. Only they think this is funny. Oh.
Let them have it. This is what I mean. Like, this is why our education system is what it is. We need to fight tooth and nail. Because I think that, Brett, we have a disagreement on this podcast, okay? You're very specific. James thinks you are too stupid to understand evolution. I disagree. I think that you are doing this for religious reasons and can't really accept evolution. So that's the debate we have.
And it's been intense for a while now. It's been
because intense. I have tried
been explained to you and broken down very simply, and you just don't get it. And it's not that complicated. Ken Hoven gets it. Okay, he understands it, even though he pretends like he doesn't. I don't think you get it, Brett. I mean, look, I'm not a crazy smart guy either. You can pull up tensor calculus equations. I can't make heads or tails of them. I'm not that smart. I don't understand it. I've never put any time into learning it. I have no interest in it. But what would be dumb for me would be to say, since I don't understand it, it's all bullshit. It's not real. It's not true. That would be dumb. That would be stupid, because the people who do understand it, they make buildings that stand up. They make planes that fly. They make satellites that orbit. They make probes that can go to other planets and take pictures of them, planets that are billions of miles away and moving. Okay? So there is something there, even though I don't get it. It's not, we're not thinking we're monkeys. We're not monkeys, Brett. We're apes. We're related to them. It's, well, I appreciate that, Leo. I'm just trying to, you know what I mean, though. I don't understand it, but for me to say because I don't get it, it's not, it would be stupid for me to say that it's not real or it's all bullshit. Well, Brett, we don't know about that. We don't have any other. We've never been on another planet except for Mars.
Let's take Venus, Brett. Why do you think that evolution is not happening on Venus? Use your noggin. We could just take guesses. Like, you don't even have to be a rocket scientist, I promise you. Someone has cloned my name. God damn it. I know it's Peter. There's no one else than Peter.
It's not Brett. Oh my God. Is this not been Brett? Have we been trolled?
Oh my goodness.
Been trolled, Amy?
I don't know. I don't know. James, do you know what a Poe is? It probably was him, and now Peter probably. Oh my goodness.
If that was a more controllery, that was really damn good. That was really damn good. That was really good, Brett, because, oh my God.
God damn it. God
damn it, Peter.
James, this is why I don't believe in a God. I don't know what's real now. All right. We're wrapping up the show. You know what? The audience gets the message. There are people that really believe in this shit. Unfortunately.
Came from a rock. Because honestly, though, that is the kind of stupidity we have heard from Brett Keane. That is the same kind of stupidity we have gotten from him. The kind of ridiculous arguments. The kind of just, blatant stupidity.
I don't understand. Well, I do understand. But to wrap up everything we're saying, and then we still didn't even do the shout-outs. God damn it. You know what? I'll wrap this up, and then we'll do the shout-outs, and that'll be our fully wrap-out.
He does, Ember. Peter is amazing at that. He is.
I am so glad.
A troll.
I am a skeptic because
he trolled us with Otangelo, and then he got us with Peter.
Because when I'm with my friends, I'm gullible as shit. Let me tell you. Like, gosh darn it. When I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I have reminders. Just have my Alexa reminders. Hold on one more second.
Alexa,
I got one more.
Ask Alexa, say locate Captain Picard, see what she says. She'll actually tell you.
Really?
Yeah, ask her. Say, Alexa, locate Captain Picard.
I probably don't even have an Alexa. Alexa, locate Captain Picard.
I can't do that on this device. To use your arrow to control your video device, just go to the TV.
That's okay.
She'll tell you he is not on board the Enterprise.
I'm sorry. God damn it. Oh my goodness. This has been definitely a stream.
Fucking manatee.
Secure your handle on YouTube.
That reminds me when he got Shane the Skeptic with the Darth Dawkins soundboard. You remember that? And Shane was on the channel for like 15 minutes thinking he's debating Darth Dawkins, and it's just Peter with his soundboard.
But do you know why? Because it's not like Darth would let you have a moment in Edgewise anyway, so you can just go boop boop boop.
He certainly is, Bree. He is a slippery motherfucker. He is.
But yeah, I guess.
Thanks so much, Khaleesi, for the support and for watching.
Yes, Khaleesi, and I think I starred them to make sure that I give you all just an extra thing of love. Just sending love one more time to the Sinister Porpoise for all the love that you have given us, and to Khaleesi, all those positive vibes, and to all of you been hanging out with us. And
it was funny, Peter. It was hilarious. That it was surreal. That was like 2 years ago. That was a long time ago, but it was funny. We had Oz on. Oz was on. That was a fun.
Shane just did a stream on Justin, so go check that out. Shane the Skeptic. But yes, all right, we have to get to our verbal shout-outs, which we normally do at the beginning, but now we're doing now. The first that we're giving tonight, there's many ways to give us all support. You can do so by hitting that join button right down there and triggering the creationist, because you will get our evolving badge system, and it's wonderful seeing everyone evolve. Woohoo!
From fucking rocks.
They're going to be spaceships. And sending so much love to them, we put our channel members down there below, along with all of our Patreons at patreon.com/ABNewman. I'll send that out there. Because why the hell not? Woo, BG boo. I have been getting the summoning paper for Carrot Top. So that is definitely coming.
In the works.
Yes. So we're all gonna get roasted and toasted. More specifically, you all are going to get roasted and toasted because you guys actually subscribe to a prop comedian and counter apologist who, yes. So potato. And that's on there.
Thank you, Slicey.
Thank you, Slicey. You should all check out Hive Science. You should all check out Hive Science. You should check out Peter. Gonna go.
She always has interesting things up there about the cryptids, and then she had some good videos about the wolves. The other day I saw she had a stream about the people want to kill the wolves, and then about the Texas bees. People, because the wolves, because the ranchers are moving their cows into the wolf.
Can I show you the
habitat is, and then so they want to wipe the wolves out.
Okay, this is the most bougie thing that I could ever show it that is in support of bees and geeky.
Amy's got a thing of honey, organic, vegan.
Okay, so this is my bee coach purse. That's right. It is a coach purse completely covered in bees because I am crazy. But it's also really adorable
Coach purse with bees.
And kind of cheek. Yes, it is both bougie and geeky at the same time. I really just wanted to show this off, basically to Bree and send love. Listen, it was money well spent. Okay. I just also want to send love out to cats. Brought to you by cats. Because you can't have enough of them. Yes.
Buttercup. I'll tell you, the producer has been asleep this entire show. He is
really? That catnip's too strong.
He has He is laying down next to the dog, and he is not moving at all. He is. Let me see.
Listen, that's one hell of a cat nap. That's what we all need. And okay, I guess with that, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Let's see, they have to.
Oh,
wake up,
what was the
Gizmo.
other-
They want to see you. They want to know that you're okay.
Yes, they should.
They want to know that you're okay.
Probably need to update this too. Need to update lots of things.
It's
No,
a
I think
little
there's gonna
early
be-
for the producer. He's like, we should just be getting ready to stream in 3 hours. What are we doing? Why are we done?
I know. This is basically the crack of dawn for us. We also shout outs. That's right. So we give love on the Twitchosphere. There's a whole bunch of new stuff that's coming soon, including the new Skeptic Gaming, including more. I just want more emojis and all sorts of fun stuff and things to trigger creationists.
It is a nice purse, Drew.
Thank you. I
We
saw
like the
Bushi.
purse.
Woo!
Reid loves
I
bees,
do
so
have-
anything with bees on it, she's down for.
I have my little. That's true, right? Of all the things,
Yeah.
I just couldn't help it. Of all the things, it was like because I don't like coaches just their regular print. I think it's kind of boring, but I
Dated.
like, even that brown. I
She
like
did say that
brown.
stuff.
I just don't like. It's just hard to match with anything, and so. Though I see a lot of women that do, so I guess they do. But I like Coach, so. She threw that purse on porpoise. Tip your waitress.
Ah, I see what she did there.
That's okay,
There you go.
Khaleesi. That just means for Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa, I'm going to have to get you a purse. That's what that just means. We're giving shout outs. Double cats. That's right. As many cats as we can get on this stream, basically. Well, thank you, Slicey. Just like to say, normally do that for super chats, but I also like to say that flattery gets you everywhere. So, sending love. Speaking of which, we give verbal love for all the love they give out. We're going to give to Emily, because once again, the LGBTQ trigger the absolute crap. And
Do they ever?
Stay vigilant, my LGBTQ brothers, sister brothers, and allies. Let me just say, very much speaking, straight, biological men and women, please stand with us. I feel like I should probably say this at the end, but I can't help it. We need you more now than ever. And love, support. I have had a very lucky life. And so I have not only seen people transition, I've helped people transition. I've seen people transition who have helped people transition because I have been doing this now. I've been over a decade. Coming up on probably the 15 years soon.
T-girl babies that you've nurtured.
I really have. And so it would kill me metaphorically, and it may literally hurt LGBTQ people if we do not stand by them. I don't mean do anything special. I really just mean be a good person. That is all I'm asking. Be there with your brothers and sisters, your friends and family. I cannot ask more. I cannot ask less. Thank you, Emily.
Okay, okay, thank you.
All right, keep on going. Thank you, Davegar. Davegar, we saw Davegar out there. Another thing that's just a pet peeve. It's become kind of a focal. I can't help but see it now. It's just when they care about the age of the Earth.
Oh, well, thank you, Davegar.
Davegar. And I don't get what it is about the age of the Earth, the size of the Earth. Well, we do know what it is. It's a book set thing. The size. Oh, I guess they don't care about the size. Wouldn't that be fucking funny? You need to make a new thing, like people who believe that the Earth is very tiny.
Like the Earth is like 25 miles in circumference.
Yes,
like the whole thing 25 miles. That's it. And if you think about it, compared to like 4 billion years versus 6,000, it's not that far off. You could do the ratios, like how big do they think the Earth actually is compared to...
James, how far do you travel every day? Okay, it can't be that far. How far?
It really can't be. I mean,
so I mean, come on.
It looks flat to me. I can't even see more than like a couple miles of it. You're going to tell me that it's thousands of miles around this curve? I don't buy it.
Yeah, I don't buy it. Anyway, sending love to Dave Carr, sending love to Emily, sending love to Senator Cato. Senator Cato reminding us that we like the separation of church and state. Separation of church and state reminds us that, well, we don't get to live in a handmaid's tale, though I know some of them like that. But you know what? It's going to be the Muslims' handmaid's tale, and then you're going to be all crying. I know. It's so funny. Okay. Those same people.
That when they have sex with the captain and the lieutenant here.
I don't know. Who is it?
Well,
who is that? Cooper?
That is Cooper, and they're probably coming home. That's how long we've been streaming. We were like, this is going to be a short 30-minute stream, and then all this a while ago. Jesus Christ.
Under 3 hours is pretty short for us.
3 hours. Yes. Anyway, let's sending love caught in the middle.
Continue his Patreon membership. We appreciate that.
Really? Thank you so very much, caught in the middle. Thank you so much, Casey. Boom, boom. It has been support. We are almost at, what's it called? 200. So I guess I'll show that. Because we're shilling, why not chill?
No.
Oh my goodness.
The thing is, like, Slicey, he's having a feedback, Amy. The only reason we're talking loud right now is because he's having a feedback. As I'm looking at the screen right now, I could see the feedback bouncing back off of Amy's microphone, her Blue Yeti there. And that's why we're talking loud. Right, Amy? She has no idea what I'm talking about.
Very specifically.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, Amy's bored butt plug. A worn out butt plug. Yeah, you wouldn't be a bored butt plug. Oh, no, it did say bored butt plug. You wouldn't be bored.
Bored?
I guess you could be bored. I don't know. It should be vibrating. I feel like that would be an easier. That's where my mind goes. But then again, I like
battery
butt
operated.
plugs. Then again,
battery operated.
Battery operated. Yes.
Connected to a car battery, like.
What are we sharing? Oh yeah, this. That's why I said my plugs thing. But stuff's coming on here. Our Patreon page. We're trying to get this up to 200 a month. We actually have a lot of Patreon. I cannot be really as big as we have all these supporters, and so we're trying to break our first milestone, which is 200. And yeah, we'll maybe throw a party, do something. We're already bringing on Carrot Top, but we'll figure something else out because we love y'all.
And that really, the Patreon, it keeps the StreamYard going. It basically is the upkeep of the channel.
And so we thank you all for keeping us going. And if we'll have more community stuff, we'll have more. Yeah. Anything
We're
else,
coming
James?
back
I'm
on
trying
that.
to think.
We're coming back. Oh, you did your captains of the girl deck. You did those.
Oh my goodness! I keep on
captains.
forgetting. James, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I may have ADD. Speaking
Focus,
of which,
Newman.
they may be home. Who knows?
F-U-C-U-S. What does that spell?
A great weekend, baby. He gets kicked around. He
Oh.
got banned from like a freaking Christian channel the other day.
I mean,
Tom Rabbit, sending love out to him. He does great content. Just
if you're going to be condescending as fuck and spell something out
my
for somebody,
God.
you better fucking spell that shit right. You better not spell it wrong. If you're trying to be a
That's
condescending prick and you spell something wrong, like a basic word, like like focus, not a 26-letter word, very, very easy. You probably learned it in 3rd grade, but if you're going to be condescending as fuck and you misspell that word, that's the kind of meme that lives on forever. You don't
better not be sure they're recording it.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Speaking of which, sending love to the one, the only, Rachel Holen.
Rachel.
Sending love, reminding us that while biblical slavery is evil, immoral, and terrible, if you tie a femboy slave to your couch, that's actually kind of hot. So we just parse that out.
Oh, missed a spot on the
floor. I'm very specifically because you get 2 different types of things. When I got Gilbert, I was able to get a business one because he was a great deal. He was $500, but Carrot Top is a good $150 for an improv, or $2,500 for the big deal.
For a business one, that's a little above our budget.
That's above our pay grade. But sending so much love.
Maybe one day we'll get there.
What else was I doing? Rachel Holen and James Wolfe. Sending love to James Wolfe.
Thanks, Rachel, James Wolfe.
Boom, boom, boom. And Cooper. Cooper's probably going to say hi now. James Wolfe reminding us that we are howling at the moon now. We finally made it. Made it to our time slot. Sending so much love, James. And Dale Pastel. Sending love, Dale Pastel. And also, James is in chat. I have to also send love. Well, he was hanging out with us. Sending so much love, James Wolfe.
Now, it would have been probably more if he knew it was a limited time deal. But, we lucked out. We got in there before the non-existent God took him.
But yes, Dale Pastel is just telling us we're looking for a little bit of empirical evidence. Not a lot, but just a little. If you could, maybe just give us a little.
Would be enough.
Just the tip. As well as the lovely and amazing, fantastic Chris Disciple, reminding us that Christians, theists, they're part of the Skeptic and Ranting community. That's right. As long as you have doubt about your beliefs and are a decent human being. We actually support decent human beings. Woo! Sending love to Chris Disciple.
Thanks,
James,
Chris.
it's the little things.
Okay,
No, it turns
right now.
out we are the real politically incorrects. I stand by that. I stand by that because you were sipping your Bud Light earlier. We should do. I swear.
Are we a rebel now?
Bud Light stream.
I haven't drank Bud Light in years. I mean, I just
got it for that. I may just do it.
I can't remember the last time I drank a Bud Light. It's
not too.
I mean, it's not offensive.
From
it's not
Dylan.
bad. It's just not typically what.
Sure. And I am a most carb. I want the most amount of carbs and the most amount of flavor in it as possible. What's that?
Free. Your
Amy's
Bud Light
in human form. Thank you, Davegar.
No,
thank you, Free. I saw caught in the middle. Thank you, Free. Let me say, Bree, that the fact that we trigger them this hard, why? Why do we trigger them this hard? They are home. I can't believe they beat us home. We've been streaming. It's going to be 3 hours.
We're going to get there.
Okay, well, we're advising you now that you are being taped.
But this is what I mean.
She knows now.
They only have first world problems. They only have made up issues. They only have things like sports, like beer,
potty police,
like drag queens. I don't have real issues.
No.
500, baby. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, great deal, yeah. Like I said, you didn't know it was a limited time deal, but you know.
If you don't know the story behind that, I imagine Will Kincaid and
Joshua Herbell.
And Joshua Herbell, yeah. Smokey bought
the man who's not allowed in Chuck E. Cheese specifically.
Exactly. He's hanging out with Khalil. Paid Gilbert to go after. I normally don't want to say his name. Yeah, I'll say it. Not because I don't like Knock, but because I don't like. I respect him so much that I don't want to tie him to that piece of shit. But they did. They spent money to attack the raging atheist. And I looked
just
at
about a picture that he had on Facebook with his daughter. Now think about this. This is a guy who is not a convicted sex offender, being made fun of by a convicted sex offender. Let that sink in.
Oh yeah.
Smokey, convicted of indecent liberties with a child, is making fun of somebody else for their relationship with their daughter. You can't make that up. It's crazy.
Nope. But yeah, they did that, and I saw that, and I was like, well, that's horrible. And they're only going to use it like
just
twice. Just to troll a dude.
Him.
Yeah. And so I was like, I bet I can get the exact opposite. And so I did that, and I asked Gilbert, and I was like, hey, I have a script. Can you read it? And he's like, send it to me. I'm like, okay. And I gave him the script, and it worked. And he read it. Now we've played that for every Bible study. We're on 80-something. Means we've played it probably 70-something fucking times. Good amount. We've got our money's worth. I'd do it again, over and over. I should have got Bob. My regret is I was going to get Bob Saget. I swear to you.
Really?
Bob Saget was. Oh, absolutely. Bob Saget was on there.
And Norman Stein.
But it is what it is. I don't think Norm was on there. I would have loved to talk with Norm because he didn't like atheists, or he didn't like people who did anti-religious.
You're right about that, Titan. But
Wilkin. Yeah. Well, all my point was just it made me happy that I was able to take something terrible, and in my opinion, it's the best thing James and I ever did. We now have Gilbert roasting us. I mean,
yeah.
What more
on a bi-weekly basis? Yeah.
Bi-weekly basis, exactly.
Poor Bob, Slicey. That's kind of crazy. I mean, you never know how much time you got left. You never know when something freak accident, can happen.
Indeed.
Was it General Patton going through all those battles in World War II and he gets hit by like a runaway cart? Like, you never know what it's going to be.
Elvis from the potty.
Elvis, having an aneurysm, straining to poop.
What were we doing? We were. Oh, okay. Our girl deck. The 3 commanders of the girl deck.
Sometimes lieutenants, sometimes captains, sometimes commanders.
Exactly. James, it's flexible, like my sexuality. sending love to. We are sending love to Ian Davenport, reminding
Ian.
us that, well, watchmaker arguments, in fact, most of the arguments, they all kind of suck. We saw Ian giving us love out there. We're giving Ian love back.
Oh.
Boo.
That's true, Sinister. You never know when Ken Hoven's going to do an impromptu gravity experiment, slamming women to the ground.
Just. Oh my! I just saw
Only
something.
though, you have to say, Ken Hoven, he only picks on women and children. He only picks on people he can easily dominate. Like, people can easily slam to the ground.
Indeed, like all bitches do. They pick on people they know they can
Yeah.
pick on.
You, of course, remember the famous incident with Eric Hoven at the dentist office that he used to brag about. Disgraceful, child abusing fuck that he is. But yeah. Thanks, Davegar.
Holy moly! Sending so much love to Davegar, who's sending us love. A $10 super chat. Gilbert saying, internet memes. Was sorry, how did he do that for so long? Was worth
There
every
you go, Eric.
penny. Feel free to acknowledge this super chat. And okay, I can't help it. I love you. Mwah. Don't mean to interrupt
Thanks,
the
Dave
flow.
Gar.
Not at all. Keep up the good work. Y'all good people. Y'all good people, Dave Gar. Thank you so very much for the love and support.
Appreciate the support, man.
And I still stand by it. This is...
And thank you, Eric Hoven. Yeah, remembering your time your dad beat you up at the dentist office. What a great dad. Yeah. Happy Father's Day, Kent.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave Gar. I'm sending so much love to you guys. And so we have sending so much love to Matt. I'm going to go because I think Regos, thank you so very much for reminding us we have a Skeptic Bible study we were just talking about. Thank you so very much. It's actually on deck. We're going to go probably do a book of Joshua sometime. Probably could do one this week.
You got his
figure
knife
something
there,
out.
Yeah.
Where we're going.
And his underwear too.
Word
I think
to word.
Ken even said that his son owned his underwear. Even.
What?
And his underwear, yeah. Because
I do not have enough therapy in my back pocket.
Was trying to shield his assets from the IRS to pay his tax liens. He transferred everything to Eric Hoven, and so Eric Hoven owned it all. He bought everything for pennies on the dollar, and yeah. The relationship deteriorated during his imprisonment, so I guess Kent was thinking, I'll just get out of prison, then he'll give it all back to me, and then we'll, yeah.
And last, but certainly not least, thank you so very much, Matt Deig. Thank you, Matt. It has been fantastic as we look for theories. If someone says it's just a theory, please tell them to just take a science class. Quite simply. If you could just have them.
That's it, Eric.
Physics, biology, geometry. God damn it. And all right, we want to
have my 36 VCRs there to record my tapes and make copies of my VHS tapes. You get a copy of them, Amy. You send it. You give me $10. You send it back. I'll give your $10 back, or you just keep it, and I'll keep the $10.
I got something in my pocket for here where you can see Adam Paula and see what I can do. Anyway, 15 feet. We have been Skeptic Ranting on Is Atheism a Religion? James, is it?
No. In no way. No way.
All right, there we go. God, why did we do a 3-hour podcast?
We'll be back later to Well, probably half an hour of it was Peters trolling us, but
That one probably
it was
wasn't
amazing. But we'll be
Well,
back
what do you
later in the
think?
week. Talk about that T-Jump and Rod debate. Brief yourself on that. It's worth the watch. You might get a little upset when you see some of the things T-Jump says, but he is prone to say some silly things sometimes, aren't we all? But I think we probably agree with him 65% of the time. Be that as it may. Yeah, don't forget to check out the debate between Grayson and Sea Science. It was on Standing for Truth. It's over. I'm going to go watch it. Sea Science, I'm sure, is pouting right now. Got his gut stomped out. Actually, no. He probably doesn't realize he lost the debate, but whatever. Anyway. Khaleesi, it was pretty infuriating, that debate, saying we should lie to people. That's just anyway. We'll cover that on another stream because Amy hasn't had a chance to watch it yet. So,
What's up, Purple Rhymes with the Orange? I'm sorry,
Orange?
we're about to leave, but it's nice.
It's like
to
what,
see you.
what? You guys just started,
What?
right? It's
I
10:30.
know.
It's early.
Yeah,
no, we.
But I gotta head to bed. Exactly. Oh, and see, saying hi, Sage, Ohio. I'm sending love. When we stop it and hit rewind, and then you play it, it'll be like, and it'll be like you're there. Almost be like you're there. You're there right here in my heart. He and Doug say some nasty things about trans people. It's going to be a tough year, my LGBTQ brothers, sisters, and everything in between. Stay strong. Like I said, I really do. I wish love and support to all of my allies as well. Please stay strong and give strength to your LGBTQ brothers and sisters and everything in between. Can't keep on saying that enough. Sir, ma'am, they. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll do my what's it called? I already threw the Patreon.
Your Fiverr.
I'll do my the Fiverr thing. We'll do that. We'll go that out there.
The
Fiverr thing. If you want to get produced by someone who is related to Jewish space lizards, Jewish space lizards. It'd be funny if they were lasers, like sentient laser beams. That would actually be kind of cooler,
Randolph.
I guess. Thank you, Randolph.
Area code 216.
216 is the area.
And all right,
Always
with that,
216.
I
Always
hope you had a fun time. Always 216.
Always
I hope
216.
you had a fun time on this episode on Is Atheism Religion, where we had a good time worth leaving our religion. I do want to thank my co-host, James W., along with all of the people in chat, our awesome mods who make this stream so great, and lovely viewers like you who make this channel even possible. If you enjoy the show, please feel free to share it with that person that is your family, friend member.
Mark Reid's going to be having an after show for that Grayson debate, so check that out.
Check out Mark
Reid. On that show.
YouTube.com/MarkReidAtheism. Head out over there. Share with that person you're in a debate with. Because it helps us in the algorithm. Drop a Gatorade because it's funny. Subscribe to join the Skeptic and Ranting community. In fact, we have a Discord right down there in the description below. Skeptic and Ranting community opens up, though it sounds like everyone's heading over to Mark. I'm sending that shout out, which is where we should be heading if he's having an after show. Because, James, we don't have schisms. We don't have religious denominations.
I got 30 minutes to watch the debate, see how that went, and then,
It's just, they always search for this weird purity. They do these purity tests on each other. And then the atheist can just sit back here and hey.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
Peter's got 3 sock accounts out. Oh my gosh, how many sock accounts does he have? 5?
Enough to make a glory hole filled high.
You
James,
brought them all out tonight.
I'm fairly sure we have never spoken to an actual theist on this channel ever. I'm now convinced that it's just been you, me, and Peter. I'm fairly convinced those are the only three people we've been talking to. Okay.
Will Stewart's not even real. It's a Peter sound.
It's just a simulation. Anyway, you can then hit the bell icon, which will gain you access to our premieres or to see our premieres or join our live streams. When the weather gets nicer, I'll go out and do street epistemology. James and myself are going to be moderating more Debate Me Bras. Theists, contact us. You can't win, can you? Nana boo boo. Ha ha ha.
You already contact her asking for naughty pictures. Contact
exactly.
her about debate.
Which means you might as well contact us about debate. We'll give you all the time you want. You can, or hey, why not leave a comment once the video is done? Clips have been getting great comments. Send love to all you out there.
Good views, good comments. Yeah, a lot of.
I know. Send so much. James's slave video. James's slave video is. It's a fantastic sense. His Mr. Slave video is on next. No, his anti-biblical slavery is on deck as well. I might start uploading the open mics as standalones too, just seeing what they did.
We got plenty of debates we can upload.
Got plenty of things. Yeah, we got so much, James. This
Kenobi
channel's
debates.
gonna be rough. Exactly. This I would love. We're getting all sorts of more stuff. So you can see the gears are grinding. Don't mind. Channel members, I love you.
Lights on, but nobody's home.
I know. Although the best way to unlock some unique perks is by checking out our Patreon and becoming a supporter at patreon.com/Amy Newman. I'm Amy Newman, and we'll see you all in the next episode of Skeptic Policy. Good night. Mwah.